Okay, so we're about to start the epic live-action round. And you're thinking, how can there be a live-action round in animated versus video game villains? This is something that the creators have fully acknowledged, so I'm going to give you the little background that goes with this. There are several villains that appear here that are just mimetically awesome as far as live-action villains go. And they end up allying with either the animated side or the video game villain side. And this happens more often with the animated because there are surprisingly a lot of live action video game footage because of film adaptations, whereas less animated stuff gets made into film. Anyway, there are going to be a lot of characters here who you know and love from other films and live action media who really have nothing to do with either side, but that doesn't matter because it's just so freaking awesome. So, let us begin. Bowser does not get why he's human now.
Bowser,
there's some voice work here.
Oh my, Bowser, is that you?
I forget who's voicing him.
Still retain the hideous factor, but still, seeing you with Flash is awkward. Something must have happened when your machine malfunctioned. My machine? If I recall, you were the one who handled the final preparations. You overweight buffoon. Perhaps
we all acknowledge that something bad happened. Bowser's now in a subpar film adaptation. Who takes the blame for this?
Bowser must be in the dimension where Maleficent Indeed. And if you want to turn back to normal, then you have to find a way to get out of the dimension to become whole again.
So basically, find the other portal.
Energy frequency similar to the portal we created. Perhaps you should go investigate. But be careful and don't.
Well, that's helpful. In the meantime, they're not the only ones who have discovered that the portal can do that. Grimhild has been handing out some transport to the live-action realm on her own. Of course you got Nerissa. If you're going to go animated to live-action, you need Nerissa. Joins up with Malachite, Barbossa, Count Rugen, Grimhild is satisfied.
We got informants all over the city. We'll find them.
I feel like this is too loud. You won't be able to hear my beautiful voice. Judge Doom and Hollywood. Of course. Again, if you're going to talk about animation and live action interacting, you've got to bring up Cool World and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's actually interesting to have them on the same side for once. So, Shang Tsung, I don't know if I pronounced that right, is readying Scorpion for his first mission. Which is going to be against Malachite. I love how Malachite has just achieved cult status. You know, Channel Awesome, they worked really well on creating him. And I believe his name's Orlando. He just does so well with playing the villains between Malachite and the one evil angel in their It's a Wonderful Life parody. It's like, my life would be better off if you were dead. So yeah, I appreciate Orlando's ability to act. Finish him. Fatality. Had to! So, Judge Doom sending out the Toon Patrol to go after the worst possible person they could have picked. Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, which is one of 73 Women's pet favorites. I have a hard time explaining Twisted Metal to people. Like, Women's got us all up on it. And I tried to explain it. I'm like, it's basically this thing where a bunch of psychopaths get in a bunch of armored cars and try to blow up and kill as much stuff as possible. And then everyone I talked to was like, oh, that's classy. And I'm like, yeah, it's really hard to explain. And then I just give up. So remember when Mach and Sephiroth made that alliance? Which I still think is one of the major selling points of this tournament. Guess what's coming? The MCP is making plans for Sark. As you can tell, this is going to result in a live-action battle that's cheating, and one of the foes looks obviously much more realistic than the other. They're using Sephiroth's Super CGI version from AvVG. Unfortunately, the one who looks more realistic is the animated Sephiroth as opposed to the live-action Sark. There is the irony. Okay, so AvVG. Real talk. Not really the best movie in terms of storyline. But I think it's just got a pure fun factor about it. It's like, you know, you want to watch a team of heroes kick the crap out of a team of superpowered bad guys. It's the movie you watch. And of course, it has the best remix of One Winged Angel ever. Of all time. So now Sephiroth engages the MCP. All is going according to Mach's plan. Shall I give the MCP this pear, or shall I give him this apple? So now Judge Doom is up against Kazuya. I don't know anything about Kazuya. So basically, this happens. Yeah, the other thing about AvVG is I constantly wonder, you know, its Super CGI is so good that it could pass in this round for live action. Do I want Western animation to be able to reach that level? On one hand, it would be really cool. On the other hand, it would mean sacrificing a lot of the cool, candy-coated, bubbly style we've seen in, like, Tangled. So I'm not sure if I want it to progress to that point or not. Barbossa and Count Rugen are forging an alliance because awesome. But they're going against one of the video game villains you want to tangle with the least. Albert Wesker. Now, I don't know that much about Resident Evil. I just know that you don't mess with Wesker. Ever. Like, my impression is that he's like one of the most overpowered and threatening villains of all gaming history. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not really a fan. This is just hearsay. Barbossa's gun actually comes in useful. It always says, there's the eye roll! It's not a tournament until Barbossa's done the eye roll. And Barbossa is the one boss who can actually take down Wesker. Hollywood, assisting Judge Doom, has decided to side with Nerissa for the time being to prevent Bowser from getting to that portal. Okay, so I guess I should talk about the Super Mario movie, as it's kind of an elephant in the room whenever it's brought up. As an adaptation of Mario, I think it's horrible. As a standalone film, I think it's okay. It's got some really creative concepts. as a gritty alternate universe reboot of Mario, I think it could really shine, you know, if people just looked at it like that. Because there it's got some really nice concepts, like what if the mushrooms were an invading fungus? What if the Koopas were dinosaur men? And, you know, I think that's really where it is. It's kind of like this creepypasta sort of what-if universe, where all the candy-coated things about Mario are actually much more realistic and frightening. Holly has found the portal to the animated realm and is unleashing it, taking her into her animated form. I actually really like this tournament started with her live action and didn't bring her into animation until later. Which is a total reversal of canon, but it's really cool to have that as her backstory. And now Bowser is finally the animated form. And Holly's freaked out. Eye-poppingly freaked out. The portal's wreaking absolute havoc. Holly, what have you done? Judge Doom would have your neck for this if you were going to be anywhere relatively dimensionally close to him afterward. Order's restored to the live-action realm. But Holly and Bowser have gone to 2D. Sark now gets his Kingdom Hearts form and gets to participate in the CG universe of things. Bowser is taking new reign in the two-dimensional realm.
Right on time.
Shang Tsung is gathering together, who I can only assume are more, Mortal Kombat contestants. If contestants is the word. Basically, the way I understand him is he runs crazy crooked tournaments on his weird island. Rasputin, welcome to death.
By all the powers of evil, I will not rest.
And Scorpion's joined you. Mach wants his Sephiroth back. How did that ship never occur to me till now? And Sephiroth's got the black materia now. Time to destroy some worlds. I do love Sephiroth's Dissidia outfit. It has purple and beads.
Disease. Cancer of this planet. Plague. As you can see,
Albert Wesker and Agent Smith. Why not? Actually more of a had-to-be-done thing. And again, from what I understand, you can't just shoot Wesker in the face 100 times and actually expect him to stay dead. So that was the awesome live-action realm. Well, I'm sorry. Again, this is in a playlist, so that's why there's this big cursor. It's cursorception! Yes, that was the absolute creativity of the live-action realm. There's only one more round to go so far, and it's the last one that's up until we have to wait for a new one. But it's really awesome!